Yo, what's happening, people? Back again for another stream. Don't forget to smash the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel at Gav Goes In. Okay, so back again. So we're going to talk about the Belgium national team. So Belgium have compiled a 40-man preliminary squad, and obviously it's going to be whittled down to 26 players. So what I've done, I've just got the whole squad, and I'm going to give you my lineup, the potential lineup in the Euros for Belgium. There's a few players on this list that I'm not really familiar with. I think a lot of them might actually be playing in Belgium, yeah, I don't expect a lot of them to feature, but obviously it's the squad that they've gone for. So they've got 5 goalkeepers in there. Most notably being Thibaut Courtois from Real Madrid. Obviously, Courtois has been out for the majority of the season. I think he done his ACL. Is available for the Champions League final. And bearing in mind, that would be interesting to see if Carlo Ancelotti does start him, as Andre Lunin has been playing very well in goal. But the expectation is that Courtois is going to start that game. And to be fair, for Belgium, it'd be good because we're giving him a bit of game time as well. But I fully expect him to be the number one come the Euros. You got Cohen Castells. I think he's from, I want to say Anderlecht. Could be wrong. You got Matt Sells, who's at Nottingham Forest. Thomas Kaminski from Luton. And then you've got Bodart, who I'm not too familiar with. And then defenders. So you've got the vastly experienced duo of Jan Vertonghen and Toby Alderweireld. I think one of them possibly could start. I don't think both of them will start. It'd be interesting to see if they do both start. Obviously, they were part of the golden generation. And obviously, still to see them still in the squad. It's a weird one. I think it's either the Belgium's defense ain't as good as what it should be to have them two in there, or them two are still two of the best defenders in the country still. But their experience and versatility will be key for Belgium anyway. And then you've got Axel Witsel. So Axel Witsel is actually primarily a midfielder, but I think Axel Witsel is probably more going to be playing as a defender. I think whatever happens, I think he will be starting, whether it be in midfield or at the back. But I think he might, start at the back, to be fair. And then you've got Thomas Meunier as well, right back, hugely experienced, ex-PSG as well. And then you've got Fulham's Timothy Castagna, Arthur Tate. I think he might be playing in Italy, if I remember. And you got Wout Faes, just got promoted with Leicester City into the Premiership. And I think you got young Zeno de Bast. I think he's at Anderlecht. And then you've got Aldakil from Burnley, just been relegated. And then there's a list of players, obviously, to make up the 40-man squad as well from the defence. In the Kuipers, Sabe, the Man, Bornau, the Winter, Siket, and Montes. As I said, a lot of these players I think will be cut. You probably think from that list just there of what I've just named, probably only one or two of them might make the squad, if that. Then moving on to midfield, you've got obviously most notable name, Manchester City's Kevin De Bruyne. Yannick Carrasco, I think, who's playing in, is he playing in Saudi or is he playing in China? I think he might be in China still. Another experienced wide man. Yuri Tillemans from Aston Villa. Hans Vanaken, I think, who is at Club Brugge. Orel Mangala, who is at Nottingham Forest. I think he's moving on from Nottingham Forest though. Keita, who I'm not too familiar with. Salamakers, the ex-AC Milan winger. Andre Onana from Everton. Asta Vranks, I think he's from Anderlecht as well. Arthur Vermeeren, who's at Atletico Madrid now. That makes up their midfield quartet. And then the strikers or wide men, you've got obviously Romelu Lukaku, who's their record goal scorer. Michy Batshuayi, who's at Fenerbahce. Arsenal's Leandro Trossard, who you'd expect to be featuring heavily. Man City's Jeremy Doku. RB Leipzig's Lois Openda, who's had a very good season. Dodi Luca Bacchio. Charles de Ketelaere, who just won the Europa League with Atalanta. You've got Johan Bakayoko, who's very exciting as well from PSV. And then you've got Fofana, who I'm not too familiar with, to make up the 40-man squad. So, as I said, I think a lot of these players won't be in the final squad. If I just go through my list now from the players that I don't think will be in the final squad. So, I think it's 26, yeah. So you're cutting what, 14? So I would say, yeah. So for me, I think Bodart. I can see them taking 3 keepers. So I think Bodart gets cut, and then the keepers. I think Castells has been a regular. I can't remember if Castells is a regular. He's a regular keeper in the squad. I would say it's between Castells and Kaminsky, I think, who might get cut from the keepers. So that's 2, yeah. And then from the defense, the ones I mentioned in the Kuipers, Saba, Deman, Bornau, De Winter, Siket, and Montes, I think they will go. I don't think they go to Germany. That's 9. And probably Dakhil as well, I'll probably say. And in midfield, I don't see them taking Keita. And I think Fofana as well might get cut. To be fair, that's quite a strong squad. Obviously, it's not the golden generation of Eden Hazard when he was there, but nonetheless, it's still a decent squad. To be fair, and just like Italy, I'd expect Belgium to get the group, and then it just depends who they meet in the next round. I think it's the quarters. It just depends who they meet. Because I think for me, the front runners will be France and Germany for me. I think they'll be the front run. Oh, sorry, France, Germany, and Spain. I think those 3 teams, they will be the front runners. But yeah, I think Belgium, Belgium could shock a lot of teams out there. But yeah, I think the other 3 are probably the strongest in the tournament, in my opinion. And then I think they fall into the category with England. I think Belgium. I think you've got Belgium, England. I think Portugal's got a very good squad, but I think they fall just below the tier of France, Germany, and Spain for me. So if we go through the lineup for Belgium, I believe Belgium will line up. As I say, Thibaut Courtois in goal for me. Belgium notoriously have played with a back 3, but I think they're going to go with a back 4. And the reason I say that is because I think it's to fit in the 3 midfielders, I would say, because obviously Kevin De Bruyne is going to start, but I think because of De Bruyne's lack of legs, he's not going to play from the flank. So I think De Bruyne will be playing in field as more of a number 10, as someone to get on the ball and make things happen. So I think in that sense, they'll have to play a back 4 because they can't play a back 3 with playing De Bruyne out wide or playing 2 central midfielders. So the back 4 I've gone for, I think Timothy Castagne starts at right back. The centre back pairing is interesting because I think Axel Witsel starts at the back. And I've gone for Jan Vertonghen and Arthur Tate as the left and centre back. Vertonghen could play left back or centre back, and the same with Tate. I think Arthur Tate played against England at left back, so I think he might stay there. And I think Vertonghen might play, which leaves Toby Alderweireld, Wout Faes, Zeno de Bast as the other central defensive options that I think will be on the bench. So yeah, I've gone for a back four of Castagna, Witsel, Vertonghen, and Tate. I think the midfield is pretty much more straightforward. So I've gone for Amadou Onana from Everton, Aston Villa's Yuri Tillemans, and then Kevin De Bruyne of Man City. So I've gone for a Premiership-based front three, midfield three. I think that'll be their starting three. The only player I could possibly see coming in there, and that's purely because of if they want to go a bit more defensive, they might put a Mangala in there, and then if they wanted to put De Bruyne and run the flanks, but I can't see that happening. So yeah, Onana, Tillemans, and De Bruyne for me in that midfield. And in the front three, obviously, record goal scorer Romelu Lukaku will go through the middle. And then out wide, for me, I think Jeremy Doku starts. I think Doku starts on the left, and then Leandro Trossard goes on the right. But I think in terms of their attacking options, they've got some decent options. Johan Bakayoko, for me, is a very good player at PSV. And obviously, he's a left-footed right winger. Dodi Lukebakio, the same as well. Charles De Ketelaere can play there as well as play as a central striker. And then they've got central strikers in Lois Openda, who's very, very fast. A good season for Leipzig in terms of his output. And then you've got Michy Batshuayi as well. But I think they'll start with Doku and Trossard, I think. I think one of them will start. Yeah, and I think that team there, as I said, that's a team that is dangerous. Obviously, there's no more Eden Hazard, which obviously is the best player that they've produced. But I still think that is a decent team, and I think if their key players, the likes of Lukaku, De Bruyne, Tillemans, obviously Courtois in goal, I think if they manage to Amadou Onana as well, if they manage to have a good tournament, you could see Belgium get into semi-finals. But yeah, it depends who they meet. But it's sure to be interesting for their first game. But yeah, that's how I think they'll line up. But they have got good options in attack as well, which I think will be key for them. So yeah, I mean, hope you guys like the stream. As I said, if you guys got any players you feel that should be added into there, or if you think that there's some players that should be in the lineup or taken out the lineup, be sure to smash it into the chat and the comments. Subscribe to my channel at Gav Goes In. Smash that like button, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, the Spain national squad will be out, and I'll be doing the Spain potential lineup as well. Take it easy.